Actually, these need to be washed down. Actually. Right, I'm going to show you a little trick that we use. Right, I'm on live stream now. This is why we get so many fish out. It's very similar to fly fishing, except we don't use reels. We literally use a small little tiny piece of plastic, or elastic as they call it. Very similar to pole. Yeah, but this isn't a pole. This isn't a pole. This is not a pole. This is not a pole. Right, if you look, this is just one section of an old rod. It's actually illegal in some parts of Bedfordshire. You're not allowed to fish like it. It's actually illegal. But when you're private, they can't stop you. They can't do you for it. And what we do, this is the trick of the trade. Now, this is what people don't tell you. You have your elastic, you literally have about that much of elastic, about an inch, just off the top eye. So it gives you more leeway. Because the more you have, the more play they've got. So we cut that play out. We take that play out. So it's easier for us to just go fish in the net, fish in the net. It's quicker. Then we literally put about 3 foot of line on there. Literally no more than about that much of line. Literally. That's all we put in. Now, we can actually extend that line because we have line down here. We have line down here that we can control. Yeah? No. And we'll tell you the trick. You don't have one hook on there. You can have multiple hooks. Very similar to like when you go sea fishing. So some people, when they go coarse fishing, they have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So of course, every time they're casting in and casting out, sometimes they'll come out with 2 fish, sometimes they'll come out with 20 fish. Private I do, because the private that I'm on about is family. It's my lake. I do what I like on it. Exactly. It's actually my uncle's, but when he goes, it will be mine. So it's my lake. I do what the fuck I like on it. I can even kick the fucking rod license people off. They tried pulling that one on me last year. I said, get the fuck off my land before you get your ass blown off. He soon fucked off and never come back on again. Fucking, that's the NRA people. I soon fucking told them where to go as well. Piss off my land or I'll shoot ya. Anyways, but that's how we do it. Well, down here, we're still under the National Rivers Authority up here. No, it's NRA, because on the licence, it tells you on the licence, NRA. National Rivers Authority. We're still under them because we still get the odd fucking bloke that comes in and he tries to pull a fast one saying you need to have a rod licence. I said, no we don't, this is private, you don't need a rod licence here, that's down to me. He goes, well you're a business then. I said, no, I'm not a business. I said, only 4 people ever normally come fishing on here and they've all got keys. And they've got to go through my house, my family house, to get to the back. Oh, they can come on, they can come on, they can come on. They can come on. I've got no qualm about that. I've got no qualm about them coming on my land. But don't try and pull the wool over my eyes about I need a rod licence to fish on my own property. No, I fucking don't. And I'm not a business. I'm not a business. So therefore, I don't need to tell anybody else that they need a rod licence or not. Because the thing is, this next year I'm hoping to get a maggot licence so that I can do my own maggots. Because you have to have a licence because you have to have dead carcasses and it can spread disease, so I have to have a licence for it. And I was going to get somebody else to run it in the family for me. Because down at the slaughterhouses, they're killing fucking horses like there's no tomorrow. And they're not even using it as meat for the fucking human consumption. They're just literally killing them and that's it, putting them into skips. So I'd rather use the carcasses of them. They only charge like 20 quid for a dead carcass. You know what I mean? Well, a small, yeah, they're like the small dinky ones, like the gypsies use. So, more like ponies more than anything else. But fucking hell, one dead pony would be enough for me to have maggots for the whole year, you know what I mean? But yeah. But that's why we get so many fish in the net within the hour. You know, but that's how we do it. And when you've got 30, 40, 50, 60 people doing it as a team, then yeah, that's why we do it. But those we do that once or twice a year, so that we put them in the freezer, and when we go piking or whatever and stuff like that, we've got our own dead baits. That's what I was trying to explain. But no, I mean I use my pole rods most of the time. The only time I use my reels is if I'm carping or gold northing and stuff like, because we've got a hell of a lot of gold northing. I don't know where they come from because I didn't put them in there. I've got about 5 or 6 gold norths in there. The largest one's about 18.5 pounds. I have no idea how that got in there. I have no idea, or where it come from. So I think somebody else has put it in there because we've got no water supply going into the lakes or going out. So I reckon somebody's put them in there. We don't know why. It's done me a favour, but it don't bother me. I think I've got about 4 or 5 Xanders in there, or pike perch as they call them. The largest one at the moment is only, I think, about 9 or 10 pound. But if they become a menace, then I shall have them removed and put into the other lake, so it's not a problem. So, and it's like, if people are interested in it as well, which people should be told, well, it should say in the back of your rod licences, you can actually buy shares in a lot of private syndicate lakes now. You can actually buy private shares. Next year, I'm thinking about, it's called London Colney, London AAC Colney, And they're all over. They go from London all the way up to Oxford and Milton Keynes and stuff around that way. And you can actually buy percentages into their fisheries. What's that? No, see, ours ain't a card. Ours is still paper. Wow. Post office. No. Yeah, ours is paper. Ours is paper. No, you don't get day tickets. Don't have to pay for them. I don't have to pay for them because I'm a resident. Don't have to pay for them. Don't have to pay for them. I can go out there now if I want to, fish down the river, and I wouldn't need nothing. Free. But if I come down to your area, alright, I get a concessionary, which I only pay £11 for my rod licence, but that's all I'd have to pay for. I wouldn't know, mate. I mean, years ago it used to cost me about £40 odd, but now, because I'm disabled, I only pay £11. That's it. And that's for a full one, but that's only for course. That's only for course fishing, and I think I can go on 2 specialised fishing places and have 2 trouts up to £6 each, and that's it. And I can take them trout home and eat them. But no, I can go fishing on any river down here. I can go fishing on any canal, any river, any pond, any lake. Don't need nothing. What's that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So see, that's because that's your government. That's your. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We're resident. We're different here. We run our own shit. We run our shit. We run our shit, bruv. We run our shit. We own our shit. We don't let nobody stick their fucking noses in. Yeah, but down here, our fisheries are ours. We own our fisheries. We don't fuck about. Who's environmental health? Bruv, when I say private, I'm talking about waters that are on your property, not outside the property. I could give a shit about what happens out on the public. It's only private as far as if it goes through your property. If that canal goes through your property, you own that stretch. It's like, funny enough, my family home sits on, although we've got our own lakes, the family owns their own lakes, we've got a river on one side, and we've got the Grand Union Canal, the opposite side, and you've got the River Ivel on the opposite side. Now those stretches, listen, if that stretch comes onto your land, oh no, there are some places where obviously it's public, it goes through public land. But if it goes through your property, if it goes, yeah, that's what I'm saying, yes. If that, no, not past it, I'm talking about through your land, through your land. There's a lot of places where some canals do go, I mean, this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the canal that goes on the left-hand side of my uncle's place, that goes down beside it. But the river and that actually goes through. It actually goes through. Well, we call them streams, but it goes through. That's what I'm saying. You know, canal's very, very slow moving. Wrong, because it does. It does. The River Ouse actually goes through the bottom left section of my uncle's property. Bruv, we know what it is because you got the metal plaques on the wall telling you what it is. It's a canal. Because we do get boats. We get boats go through. We get long boats go through with the keys. At the end of his property, yes. At the end. But then again, yeah, but he lives on a canal property anyway. This is what I'm saying. He lives down by the Globe in Leighton Buzzard. He lives down by the Globe. What? He lives on the Globe. That's what that's where he lives. Yeah. But it's an old type property. No one's there anymore, like the barge keeper. They don't exist anymore. People have got their own keys. Oh yeah, they do, but there's none at his property. He owns his property, so nobody else, no lot of people lives there. No, he lives in the old lockkeeper's place. No. Everybody that comes through has their own keys. He doesn't have to do anything. But he does help out from time to time if he's there at the weekend or whatever, but... It's like my auntie. It's like my auntie up here. She lives in the old ticket office for the railway. She's still got the fucking bar keeps, and she can actually move the tracks if she wants to, but they've all been padlocked off. She actually lives there, but she's not a ticket conductor or sells tickets for the trains. She just lives in the old house. This is what I'm saying. They're selling a lot of properties off over the last 60, 70 years. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. I don't know why. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. I was just trying to explain to groundskeeper that if you happen to have land that has canals or rivers going through it, there are some properties that do. Not all properties that do. It just if you buy the land that happens to have that sort of thing going through it. There are a lot of properties. There are a lot of properties in Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire where they've got canals going through it or rivers. Loads of properties. Loads of properties. I mean, there's a guy that lives in Tempsford that's got a fucking canal going through the end of his property. He has boats going through it. They even have to ask his permission to moor up. It's his land. There's loads of properties, thousands of properties in Bedfordshire. Because Bedfordshire, during the war days and before then, the River Ouse and the canal were the greatest things that ever moved to mankind. I mean, they did coal, they did everything, wood, steel, they did everything. So they built properties to help people move the construction of this great country of ours along. And that's how it changed over the years. I mean, fucking hell, bless him, my granddad, up until he died up until about 5-6 years ago, he lived right next door to one of Bedfordshire's biggest steel mills. And that had a canal and fucking God knows what going through it, because they used to use the horses to pull the steel from there to London. You know what I mean? There's loads of properties, you just got to be prepared to buy them. But okay, I wasn't personally, but a lot of family people, members in my family, are rich people. They were brought up that way. They were brought up with silver spoons in their gobs. You know, if I wanted to, I could go and speak to my uncle now and I could end up having a fucking 7 or 8 bedroom bungalow if I wanted to. And that's a bungalow. No, I'm just saying, I'm not rich. I'm not rich. I wish I fucking was. When I say rich, my uncle, let's tell you this, yeah? Exactly. My uncle owns just about 3/3 of security companies in this country. He even does security for people like Heathrow airports, armed and shit like that. He does all that shit. I guarantee you, if it's a security guard or a type of guard with a gun on the end of its fucking knob, he runs it. He even does vans for banks. He earns like 6, 7, 8 figures a year. He don't fuck about. My cousins were multi-millionaires by the time they could say the word dada. You know what I mean? They would drive 16 years old, 17 years old, they were driving about in blacked out fucking Mercedes, bruv. You know what I mean? I ain't talking 200-300 quid for a pair of shoes, bruv. I'm talking like £1,000 for a pair of fucking shoes, bruv. Let me tell you something, yeah? My cousin Ian, that lives up the road here from me, he just paid £460 odd for a baby grow. For his newborn baby. Yeah. Bruv, he can live it like Beckham if he wants to. He can spunk like Beckham if he wants to. He's rich enough for it. I'm telling you now, bruv, there's nothing that my cousins couldn't go out there and buy now if they wanted to. See, and the reason why is, hang on a minute, and the reason why they're that rich is because Colin has been a multi-millionaire since he was born. So, trust me, when my uncle was born back in 1962, he was already worth about 6 or 7 million. Yeah, and that was my uncle before he could say the word dada. That's why I don't fucking talk to them. I don't like none of them, because money went to their head. They think more about their own money than blood. I watched them murder my father, my late stepfather. They worked him into the ground, and I know because I worked next to him. My father for 16 years, my stepfather for 16 years, he used to work on the oil rigs many years ago, my stepfather. When he left there, he went straight into security. He'd done that for over 16, 17 years. Listen, 365 days a year, 12-hour shifts. And they didn't even turn up at his fucking funeral. Yeah. And one of the scumbags lives literally about 20,000 yards up the road from me. She don't even. Do you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what? This is how bad. This is how bad. This is how bad the feud is. This is how bad it is between my family. I rung her up last year to wish her Happy New Year. She said, "Who's this?" I said, "You don't even recognise your own nephew's fucking voice." She goes, "Oh, is this Sarah's son?" I said, "You're telling me you can't recognise your own nephew's voice?" That's what money does to you. That's what money does to you. I mean, she's just spent over 80 grand fucking buying extensions for her garden, but she wouldn't help the rest of her family out though. She wouldn't give a fuck about you. That's why when if anything happens to my mum, none of them are going to the funeral. They've been locked out. They're not allowed to go. Yo. Yo, what's up, Huggable? Come into the chat room if you want to talk. I don't worry about all this shit down the right hand side of my screen. I don't worry about that shit. Just come straight into the chat. But yeah, that's what money does to you. Exactly. Exactly. It goes to their head. Oh well, take care, Huggle. That's what money does to you. Money is the root of all evil. I always say it doesn't matter how stinking rich you are, it's no good to you when you're dead. Exactly. It didn't bother me if I ever had 2 fucking pennies to rub together. I couldn't give a fuck. I mean, my cousin, one of my other cousins from Scotland, Christine, she's only what, 23, 24? And she's just bought one of those brand spanking new fucking Audis. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? I think she lives somewhere right out in the middle of, I think it's Inverness or something. But, yeah. I mean, I've never been up as far as that, but she lives right out in the middle of fucking just about nowhere. But yeah, she's just bought a bright orange fucking Audi, and when it opens it up, the doors open up. They open sort of like from the front to the back. They slide like that. Bruv, you would never have gone anywhere near my cousin, bruv. I guarantee you. The new sports one, yeah. About 200, 300 and something thousand. Fuck that. It's got more brains and more fucking stupidity than sense. Really, really low down. Really low down. It's not an IS, mate. It's one of these brand. They're actually meant originally for on the track. Yeah, these were. No. This one don't have gear stick. I can quite assure you it's a lot more than that what she's just paid out. I mean, she spent over 5-6 grand just putting all the lights and all that shit all over it. No, when she bought it, that there was nothing on there, hardly anything. No, I'm talking about the extras, not what's already on there. Like her wheel trims. When she drives along, her wheel trims have patterns and pictures and shit like that show up. She's got all that. I mean, she just spent £2,000 on the colour change. She had a lot of hassles with the deal. I just said 2 grand. She's just had the whole lot done. Yeah, because she's had to have a special fucking thing on her DVLA because they were funny about the insurance. Because they couldn't really precisely say what colour is the car. So they just put multicoloured. You can't, because it changes every few seconds. That's why her insurance is so high. Fucking hell, her insurance is thousands every year. It's crazy. But then again, she's rich. She can do what she fucking likes. I mean, a set of 4 wheels. A set of 4 wheels were like nearly fucking £600-700 for the set. Crazy. No, I'm talking about the pictures that she has on them. I'm talking about the pictures. The pictures. What happens is she's got the spinning wheels. And as they spin, the inner wheel spins as well. She's got, yeah. Hang on a minute. I'll have a look up on her thing. I'll show you. Hang on. Where's my iPad? That's it. Yeah. She's got metal wheels, yeah. What happens is when the tyres go round, the first wheel spins, then the inner one spins at the same time. I'll see if she's online. I'll see if she's online. She's not hard to find anyway. Her name's Katrina Noble. So. Well, her father is a fucking judge up there, so. And she owns the solicitors firms down here called Nobles and Son. David Noble. Hang on. Because when she goes off, she literally logs out. She don't leave her Facebook on at all. Oh, for fuck's sake, man, I'm going to be here all fucking night with that. Yeah, it's a nice car, don't get me wrong, but it's not meant to be on the road. It's not meant for the road. No, I know it's got an R. I know it's got an R in it. I know it's got an R in it. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. No, that's, yeah, that's the one. Well, it's not her car, but this is the one. No, that's not it. No, that was definitely the one before. No, that's not it. That's definitely not it. Hang on. It's that one. I was right. It's an Audi R8. There we go. That's her one, but that's not her actual car. She paid over I think it was like 200 and something thousand, 300 and something thousand. But hers is bright orange. Let's just say if I was to put a hammer through the side of her door, it would cost her about 5 or 6 grand just to be fucking redone out. It's fucking expensive. Is it fuck? Bruv, I've only got to sit on the bonnet of that car and that'll put my fucking arse indentation on it. Let's put it that way. Fuck that. She's got more fucking... She's stupid. That sort of money, she could have fucking got other shit with that. I mean, just for a fucking... What's its name inside the car? Her stereo inside her car cost her nearly 2.5 grand, 3 grand, just for her stereo system. Nah, not all of them. Some of them are, but not all of them. If you get the one, yeah, but hers isn't from over here though. Hers isn't from over here. That's why she paid so much for hers, because hers is an import. Hers is a left-hand drive. Hers is a left-hand drive, not a right-hand drive. Yeah, hers ain't Bose though. Hers weren't Bose. Hers was called Kronos. Her system is CHRONOS. It's called Cronus. But then again, she had hers all done to her specifications anyway. Her car's not normal. Because when you open up her boot, her speakers and everything like that are all in the back. And some of these Audis have actually 2-seaters or 3-seaters. Yes. Well, I'll be back in a minute. Right. Yeah. What? Who? Yeah, this is just the top part. But I don't use reels, so. I don't really use reels, mate. I never really have used reels, so. But I know that you can get quite a lot of good money for them if you take them to some places like cash converters. I mean, one bloke come out of there with about 40, 50 quid for some of his reels. The only reason why I don't use fishing reels is because it's just less hassles. It's less hassles. I use poles, yeah. Take apart poles, yeah. I don't need bloody fishing reels. People that use reels are for people that don't have a lot of control with their rods, as far as I'm concerned. Nah, you don't need fucking fishing reels. I can still go out just as far. I can go out with some of my take apart poles just as far out as where people would with a reel. It's no different. Yeah. Yeah. No, I use what they call monkey bars now for all that. I've got all my monkey bars for bait indicators. No, I only fish on my own land. I don't fish anywhere else. I've got the Grand Union to my left, the River Ivel to my right, the Riveroos to the other side. I've got my own lakes. I'm happy with that. So yeah. See, eels, we're allowed to take them home and eat them. I'll tell you what, they're fucking tasty and all. Jellied eels, well, that's where 30% of all the fucking eels go to in London. Because that's what we do with them. We're the ones that collect them and sell them on to the industry. Do you know what? I killed 5 or 6 of them last year. I killed 5 or 6 of them last year in a bucket, and they were still fucking moving 2 hours later. Horrible shit. It's not, Dan. believe it or not, your restaurants in London go mad for them up here. They go mad for them. Oh, I'm not saying they don't, but we do sell the most. What? Well, see, we don't have a close season on our land, so I couldn't tell you. Well, I know a lot of them go back down towards the south. I've never known any different with them. Yeah, same here. Well, see, up here, our eels don't go anywhere because it's in the lakes and stuff like that. But I do know that a lot of places in London, especially the restaurants, they buy quite a lot of our fucking eels. No, our eels don't go nowhere apart from fucking. Yeah, yeah, you can eat carp, Gold North, yeah.